Hello everyone, welcome to the online video lecture series for the subject Python application programming for the semester 6 according to VTU syllabus. So today we'll continue with the rest of the topics of the chapter dictionaries. So previously we studied about the basic creation of a dictionary. So how to create a dictionary, an empty dictionary using the built-in function dict, in operator, and the length function, and also we have used dictionary as counters, and also we have used a shortcut method called get method to count the words appearance or the characters, the frequency of letters in the string. So today we'll continue with the rest of the topics from the chapter dictionaries. So the second topic in the chapter dictionaries is dictionaries and files. The common use of a dictionary is to count the occurrence of words in a file with some written text. So previously we had counted the occurrences of characters in a string, a small string, that is a word, a lengthy word. So today let us count the words in a paragraph. So we will take a text file from Romeo and Juliet. So that is a text file, a poem, kind of a text. So what we are going to do is we are going to count the words that appear in the poem. That is the paragraph. That is the text file. So let us see how it is done. So how we can access the files and use the dictionaries to count the words appearing in the text file. So we'll write a Python program to read through the lines of the file, break each line into list of words, then loop through each of the words in the line and count each word in the dictionary using a dictionary. So we'll have two for loops. So one is the outer loop. So outer loop is used to read the lines of the file, whereas the inner loop is used to read the words in the line. Okay, so it will iterate through each of the words on that particular line. So this is an example of a pattern called nested loops, because one of the loops is outer loop and the other loop is the inner loop. So because inner loop executes all of its iterations each time, the outer loop makes a single iteration once the line is over. Iterating through the line is over, then only the outer loop is iterated. So we think of inner loop as iterating more quickly and the outer loop as iterating more slowly. So the combination of these two nested loops ensures that we'll count every word on every line of the input file. So this is the program to count the words in the text file. So here, so we are going to use the file handler, that is file name, fname. So the input is a function where the user is prompted to enter the file name. So again, we are using the try and except catching exception method. So to check whether the file is present or not. So if the file is not present, file cannot be opened, will be printed for the user. So user again enters a valid file name. So once it is a valid file name, so we are going to create an empty dictionary called counts using the built-in function dict. So here you can see, as I told earlier, we are going to use two for loops. So this is the outer for loop. This is the outer loop. And this is the inner loop. So this for loop is the inner loop. So this is the inner loop and this is the outer loop. So outer loop checks each and every line. So it traverses through lines. So whereas the inner loop traverses through the words in that particular line. So that is what these two for loops are used. So here first an empty dictionary is created, that is counts. So initially in the dictionary, so there is nothing, so it is empty. So we have this counts dictionary. So in this dictionary, there is nothing, so it is empty. So for line in F hand, so it goes, opens the file name, that is Romeo and Juliet. So here for each line in F hand, so each line is traversed first. So it goes to the first line. So then next statement is words. So line dot split. So what does this split do? In the previous chapter, we studied about this split. So what it does is it splits the sentences into words. So then again, once the sentence is line is split into words, so the next for loop traverses through each of the word in words. So in this words. If word not in counts, so that means if the word that is not present in counts, so initially you assign it 1. If it is present, you increment by 1. So you add increment by 1. So that is the concept of this counting the occurrences of the words in a text file. So finally it prints the counts. So that is each and every word and how many times it has appeared in the text file. So that will be the output for this program. So here you can see, so previously I'll show you that is the text file which we are going to use for this program. So this is the text file. So this is a part of the Romeo Juliet, this one text being taken, part of it. So here you can see all the words. So this is first line. The outer loop traverses through the lines. So this is the second line, this is the third line, and this is the fourth line. So outer loop traverses through these lines, whereas the inner loop, that is the second for loop, traverses through each of the word in that particular line. So that is what the use of these two for loops in our program. So for this particular text file, so it counts how many times each and every word has occurred, and it will return the count. So the output for this is, so here you can see enter the file name romeo.txt. So user enters this because we have used the input function. So user is prompted to enter a file name. So he enters a valid file name. So and you can see here again you have to observe that the order of words are not in dictionary. So there is no order for the key value pairs in the dictionary. So and has appeared 3 times, the word and. The word envious has appeared once, already has appeared once, fair. So you can see is, the word is has appeared thrice, sun has appeared twice. So similarly, the has appeared thrice and all other words have appeared only once in that text file. So this is the use of the dictionary as counters. So and also in this concept, you can access any file and count the occurrences of words in that file. So the next topic is looping and dictionaries. So we can use loops in these dictionaries to traverse through each and every key value pair in the dictionary. So if you use a dictionary as a sequence in a for statement, it traverses the keys of the dictionary. So this loop prints each key and the corresponding value. So here in this example, you can see this is our dictionary, that is counts. So counts has 3 key value pairs. So when we use the for loop, so key is nothing but the iteration variable and this is the dictionary. So this key traverses through each and every key value pair and returns the key and the counts of that key. So counts of key is this value. So key and value will be printed. So, and also we can find the entries in dictionary with a value above 10. So you can just use the if statement here. So you can see here, if counts of key greater than 10. So it print only the value, key value pair which has the value more than 10. So here you can see, according to this dictionary, Annie and Jan will be printed because the value is of Annie is greater than 10, and also the value of Jan is greater than 10. So if you want to print the keys in alphabetical order, you have to first make a list of the keys in the dictionary using the keys method available in dictionary objects, then sort the list and loop through the sorted list. So here you can see, if we want to print according to the alphabetical order, so you can see this key value pairs are not in alphabetical order. So first what we are going to do is we are going to create a list and put all the keys, counts.keys into this list. So once we print the list and sort, so only the keys are being present in the list. So you can see here, these particular keys will be in the list and list will be sorted. And for key in list, so each and every key will be traversed in the list and the corresponding key and value will be printed according to the alphabetical order. So the next topic is advanced text parsing. So since the Python split function looks for spaces and treats words as tokens separated by spaces, we would treat the words soft exclamatory mark and soft as different words. So you can see here advanced text parsing is that previously the Romeo Juliet text file whatever we saw. So let me just take you to that example. So there were no punctuation marks if you observe carefully. So here, this is the example for Romeo and Juliet. So if in this example you just observe, there are no exclamatory marks, punctuation marks, comma, full stop, or quotes, double quotes, or anything, hyphen. So something like that, no punctuation marks are there. So which becomes easy for us because to count each of the occurrences of the word. So similarly, you can also see that we have this but, correct? So with uppercase B, so we have this word it with uppercase I. We have this word arise with uppercase A and who with uppercase W. So, but the thing is, these particular words are not repeated anywhere here. So here also, if there is any word but, so suppose if I add the word but here, so you can see this is different from this, correct? The dictionary will separate these two words because this is lowercase b and this is uppercase b. So we don't want that, but the meaning of both the words are same. So we don't want that. So that is why we have to remove this punctuation and also we have to use the methods to convert the uppercase letters to lowercase letters and make this but to but, but. So that is up lowercase b. So make this word as but and make this word as it. So with lowercase I. So and also this word that is arise with lowercase a. So we have to convert these words also. And also we have to remove the punctuation marks. So that is what the concept of advanced text parsing is. So now you can see when we convert all these words to lowercase words, so this but and this but will be one single word and it will be counted as two, correct? So that is what we want in advanced text parsing. So we will see how all these uppercase letters are converted to lowercase letters and also we'll see how the punctuation marks are removed using the make trans function. So here in this. So that is what the example. So here soft with exclamatory mark and soft are different because there is an exclamatory mark here. So this is considered as two different words, and there will be a separate dictionary entry for each of the word. So also, since the file has capitalization, we would treat who and who as different words with different counts. So we can solve both these problems by using string methods, lower, punctuation, and translate. So translate is the most subtle of the methods. So we will see how to use this make trans or translate method. So this is the example. So here you can see we are going to import string because so punctuation string dot punctuation is present in the package string. So that is why. So why the string dot punctuation is used, I will tell you later. So first let us open the file. So here a valid file will be opened. Otherwise, an error, an exception will be thrown, that is file cannot be opened. So an empty dictionary is created initially, that is counts dict. So here you can see using the built-in function dict, we are going to create a new dictionary that is empty. For line in f hand, so each and every line will be traversed. So line dot r strip. So what does r strip does? It strips off the white space at the end of the sentence. So this is the very important part of this program. So line dot translate. So here we have something called as make trans. So here you can see three parameters, right? Three arguments. So the first argument is from string. So this is from, and this is to string, and this is delete string. Delete string. So this is the from, and this is to. So this second parameter is to, and this third parameter is delete. So what in this program, in this text file, so what is this? This is an empty. Okay, so there is nothing here. So here also there is nothing. So what does this make trans do is, so it transforms this from string to string. So that means whatever letter you give here, that will be transformed to something whatever you specify here. So here we have not specified anything. So we are not going to change any words. Correct, we are not going to convert any letters or alphabets here. So we are just keeping the words as it is. And this delete string, what it does is, it deletes all the punctuation marks. So that is why we are using this string dot punctuation. So when you type the string dot punctuation, you can see all the punctuation marks being displayed. So whatever the punctuation mark that appears in the paragraph will be deleted. So that is what the use of this make trans is. Okay, so here line dot lower, so it converts all the uppercase letters to lowercase letters. Split what it does is, it checks for the spaces and it separates the line, that is the sentence, to words, divides the sentence to words. And then we have the inner for loop, that is which will traverse through each of the word in these words, and then it will count the occurrence of the words. So here the most important thing is this make trans. So you have to understand this make trans. It has three parameters. One is the from parameter, to parameter, and delete string. So from string to string. So this converts, so whatever you specify here to this. So it will convert this to this, and it will delete whatever you specify here. So we have specified here, we are not going to convert any alphabets here to any other alphabets or something. So we're just leaving the words as it is, because we require all those words, because we are counting the occurrences of words. Only thing we are deleting here is the punctuation marks, and we are converting the uppercase letters to lowercase letters. So these two are very important here in this program. So this is how we are going to use the advanced text parsing for counting the word appearing in a text file. So this is the end of the chapter dictionaries. So I hope you have understood the concepts of dictionaries. So how we use the dictionaries to count the appearances of letters in a string, and also we have used the advanced text parsing where make trans function is used, which is very important and very useful in these type of file appearances, that is occurrences of the words. When we want to count the occurrences of the words, it is very useful. So I hope you have understood the concepts. Thank you.